back to the Ultimate Inline Challenge.
Now I forgot, which is it, Frankenstein or Frankenstein? Monsters abound here on the streets of Universal Studios, Florida, and a monster competition going on in the street. Josh Petty, Matt Mance, and Josh Clark currently 1, 2, 3. But Aaron Feinberg and Matt Salerno have bona fide shots to win this thing. They still have a second run coming. This is 17-year-old Matt Andrews from Carmichael, California, an amateur most of 1996 in one of his initial pro competitions. This was his second run, Mark.
He skated very creatively. Here's a zero spin, up and over, backwards to backwards, but just not clean enough to get him anywhere better than 7.
Brian Bell missed some big tricks in his first run, trying for a little cleaner run here the second time around.
In his second time, he fared no better, really missing the landing on the Misty flip, and then trying some technical grinds. His landings just didn't work out for him, and it put him in 10th place.
And after a disappointing first run, Dion Anthony, 17 years old from Australia, was hoping for a better second run.
He came out trying some very technical tricks. Some of them worked out for him. He was able to pull off a few tricks. However, on this, he missed the disaster and only ended out in 9th place.
And his disappointment very apparent. He knew he was capable of so much more. Dion Anthony will have better days. Now, after Ben Jagger's first run, people really stood up and took notice. Very solid run for him, but could he go bigger in run number 2?
It would take a spectacular run to break into the top 5, and Ben went through the motions. He did some nice tricks like this alley-oop Macchio, but not clean on the landing and not enough to get him above 6th place.
Roadhouse had his work cut out for him in the second run, the overall street champion in 1996.
He came out very creative, but he needed to land this disaster to the planter, and he missed it for the second run in a row.
And as a result, could finish no higher than in 8th place. So now only 2 skaters remain, defending champion Matt Salerno and the whiz kid, 15-year-old Aaron Feinberg. Who does he think is the man to beat?
Mainly Josh Petty, because he's just like the most technical, sickest skater out here, and skates really good and goes big, and then like everyone that's in the top 10, everyone all skates like really good. It just comes down to who lands everything and stuff.
You know, I get the feeling, Mark, that the interviews are much more difficult for Aaron than running this street course.
Oh, there he goes again, the big, beautiful late 180. He makes skating look so easy, certainly easier than anything else he does.
Again, if you've just joined us, Aaron Feinberg, just 4 feet 8 and 90 pounds.
So nice on the grinds.
Man, I don't know.
And here, heading back to the planter box, another technical grind, flawless.
Josh Petty knows a good run when he sees one.
And Aaron heads back up to the start box. He skates pretty quickly, gets him around the course fast. Oh! And a Farfignugan, extremely difficult grind. Silly name, but so nice.
And Petty has to be wondering if those last 2 grinds by Feinberg were the grinds that would do him in.
Oh, there's another one.
That's it, right.
Nice run by Aaron Feinberg.
The score to beat Josh Petty's 67.8. Judges still tabulating their marks for Feinberg.
He started off his run with the transfer. So nice, controlled, and big. Then the backslide, which he pulled absolutely perfectly. And here the Farfignugan. Look at his body leaned forward, and he cants his head back to counterbalance it.
Sensational run, but it falls just a bit short. His mark, 66.2. He's in second place. 1 man to go. Matt Salerno, defending champion, will have his run when we return.
It's time to quit, I think. I'll be there for you, Chris. All right, man.
And Baby G watches, the toughest watches in the world.
When you come to Universal Studios, Florida, expect the spectacular. From explosive stunts of aggressive inline skating. We've had quite a competition here so far in Orlando. Josh Petty, Aaron Feinberg, Matt Mance, 1, 2, and 3 in the street course competition, and one skater remains. His name is Matt Salerno. He's the defending champion. He is set to go. There's the score he needs. And he's not going to leave the start box until he finds out exactly what he needs. You don't usually see that among the aggressive skaters. They're more laid back. But this man cares. He wants to go for another double. He won the street and vert ramp competition a year ago.
Oh, a crossed up 360, and it was unnatural. That means he turned the opposite direction he normally does. And here, right into another trick on top of the G-Shock box. Oh, that was beautiful. Taking two unrelated tricks and putting them one right into the other. A wall ride to disaster backside grind.
And we have not seen that today.
He seems to be in a rhythm. He's only missed one trick so far. There's a sole to a torque sole. Tweaking his foot in. He's gonna have to be flawless the rest of this run. Nice, alley-ooping into a backside royale.
Josh Petty and Arlo Eisenberg looking on. Petty, the current leader.
Nice, but he came off the rail right before the bottom. There's the monkey plant, losing it a little bit.
This run jam-packed with tricks and maneuvers.
Very nice skating. From the beginning all the way to the end. Just chock full of good stuff.
Aaron Feinberg's run.
Concentration on his face. Right there, a nose pick. 180 to 360, and here the wall ride, jumping onto the rail. You see everybody getting pretty stoked. And there, beautiful backside royale, just coming off the rail a little bit early.
And you know you've had a spectacular run when a skater the caliber of Chris Edwards comes up and gives you a big hug. The score now for Matt Salerno, 62.60. That's not enough, so the winner, Josh Petty, the Ultimate Inline Challenge Street Champion for 1997. Nearly as sensational, 15-year-old whiz kid Aaron Feinberg. He finishes second, Matt Mance third, Josh Clark fourth, and Matt Salerno fifth. The consensus from top to bottom, one of the best fields ever assembled for a street course competition.
What were you thinking when you were watching Aaron's run and when you were watching Matt's run?
I could barely watch. I was so nervous because everybody's so good. One trip up, one fall, or one even just if your foot goes wrong, that's 1/10 of a point and you're out. That's how close it had to be. I was just up praying and thinking and just like going over my run in my head, you know. It's crazy.
From beginning to end, what a beautiful run. He got creative on both wall rides, on all the planters, over the big box. Just exceptional skating. That was the best run I've ever seen in my life take 5th place. Tell me a little bit about what you were feeling when you're standing up there. You go last, and really the pressure's on.
I don't know. All I wanted to do was nail the one trick, and that was a wall ride to rail because one of my good friends, Chris Edwards, he told me to do it, and he was all, you know, and I said to him, you know, I'm doing it if I did it for him, and the rest of the run didn't even matter, I guess. But I was here, you know, to have a good time, and I did. So really, it didn't even matter if I came dead last. You know, I'd still be happy. I mean, this is the best contest in the world.
And on this day anyway, Josh Petty, the best skater in the world. Hard to argue with Matt Salerno. And maybe it was the presence of 15-year-old Aaron Feinberg that upped the ante in the street course competition. Whatever the reason, the competition was superb. As inline skating continues to grow, the technical skills become more refined. The athleticism soars. And the camaraderie becomes richer. A reminder, the Ultimate Inline Challenge returns to ESPN on Saturday, May 10th, when the focus is on inline racing. Till then, for Mark Shays, I'm Mike Adamley. So long from Universal Studios, Florida.